Good morning. It's your GenX Big Sister here. I'm having a bathrobe Sunday. I do not intend to get out of my bathrobe today. It is a very cold, very snowy, wintry day where I am. And I've been calling this my hibernation retreat. And today I think I'm going to really actually hibernate. I wanted to talk about, I guess, day in the life, just a little bit of this life and what it's all about and what I'm doing and why I'm doing these videos. I'm not sure if I ever really explained that much. So, day in the life. So, I am here on what I dubbed my hibernation retreat because I had, as I've been plotting out my nomadic stays, I had several months that were sort of predetermined for quite a while. I had extended time in La Jolla, California, and then extended time in Thailand. And when I got back, it literally was Thanksgiving and Christmas. So I had family time planned for then. And I even fit some friend time in between by going to Delaware in December. And January was sort of a big question mark, partly because I wasn't sure if I was going to be bringing my parents down to Myrtle Beach in February. So I wasn't sure if I was going to have to geographically be near them in Syracuse. And so I was sort of waiting to see where I was going to need to be before planning out where I was going to end up for January for now. And so, yes, it turned out I do have to be in Syracuse by January 31st in order to drive my parents to Myrtle Beach. So I had several weeks of where do I want to stay. Now, I absolutely could. There are friends and family that I could stay with. I had this need to have some alone time to really focus on my work and my business and client deliverables and what I'm working on with my clients and extending current contracts and what that was going to look like. So a lot of current business stuff. And so I wanted to have a place of space where I didn't have to worry about how much noise I'm making. I mean, obviously for neighbors, but I mean people living in the space. I wanted my own space. I wanted to have multiple places where I could shoot videos and content for my business and just really be able to relax into the planning and the launching for 2026 from a business standpoint. So I also had a couple other things I needed to consider. I needed to consider my budget. Again, I wanted to spend as little as I possibly could. So I actually set a budget of $1,500 for a place to stay. Now, some people may think, oh, that's a lot. And especially if you're not that familiar with where Airbnb rentals and the pricing and stuff has been going. But when I can figure out the fact that it's in place of rent, for one, and for two, I don't necessarily have rent every single month. So if I spend on a particular stay, then I have a period of time where I'm staying places where I'm not paying rent. And when I'm paying for an Airbnb or a furnished finder place, it is fully furnished, but it also includes all the utilities. So everything that I would be paying with an apartment, utilities, internet, all of that is included in what I'm paying. So it works out for me from a budget standpoint. So I was looking for staying within my budget. And I was also looking for someplace not too far. I had a stop in New Jersey right after the new year because I had doctor's appointments and stuff. New Jersey is my home base, where my doctors and my car registration, all that is in New Jersey, and my brother and my sister-in-law's home. So I didn't want to go too far from having to drive back to Syracuse. Excuse me. I considered Philadelphia, actually, and I found quite a few really cool places in Philadelphia, and that would have been fun. And then I started to think, well, why don't I just go look somewhere in New York, north of the city, that can stick within my budget, that offers the particular amenities of a home that I'm looking for. And I basically was, looking for a place with its own kitchen, laundry, Wi-Fi, and if I wanted an interior that would be inspiring or interesting. And so I landed on, I'm in the capital region. I'm in Troy, New York, which is just outside of Albany. And it just was one of the places that came up when I did a statewide search. Because the other thing that I wanted to do, since I'm here for about two and a half, almost 3 weeks, I think is my total stay time here, I didn't want to be too distracted by feeling pressured to explore and anything and everything that the area has to offer, because that's what I usually do when I go to a new locale, is I soak up the what's going on locally. I soak up everything that they have, activities, events, things to see, restaurants, the farmers market, live entertainment. Like I really, really fill myself up with those things. And for the purpose of this retreat, it was to hibernate. So I wanted a place where I felt comfortable, but I didn't really care as much about what was going on out there. And so that's why I landed on this place. And I knew as soon as I got here that it was the right fit. It has so much character and personality, and yet I've been so pleasantly surprised. Like right now, I'm looking out at a bunch of windows where I'm watching the snow fall on the trees, and the Hudson River is right out there in front of me. It's coincidental that I am once again right on the Hudson River. For those of you who have followed me or know me, you know that I spent half the summer in the Hudson Valley in Newburgh, right on the Hudson River, with beautiful views overlooking Beacon, New York, and absolutely fell in love with that area. Absolutely. I mean, it was just, I really, really loved being there. And coincidentally, I'm on the river again. And I've been very pleasantly surprised about Troy, New York. And while I haven't felt the pressure to have to explore everything, I do feel called to do exploration and check out a little bit of what this area is all about. Definitely some vibes. Went to a really vibey meetup spot yesterday with a couple of friends, Little Peck's, downtown Troy. Really, really awesome. There's a bunch of different restaurants that are connected, and then there's this back room, open space, very gardeny with lots of plants and stuff. Excellent place to work, have company, have coffee, meet up with friends, do all the things. So there's lots of different really cool vibey places around. It's much prettier than I thought that it was going to be. I had very preconceived notions about Troy, New York, and I'm from Syracuse. And I don't even think I was all that much aware of Troy. I had an ex in my late 20s who passed away while we were together. And we were living in Florida at that time. He was from Troy, specifically Cohoes, which is like a tiny little town that touches Troy. And he spoke very poorly about the area and sort of emphasized the poverty of the area, the economic cultural environment that he had come from, and he had a really, really rough upbringing. So I had that associated with this. But I decided to give it a shot anyway, because I did a little bit of due diligence just to make sure that the neighborhood that I'm in is safe and that there were, nice things around, and that was all good. And then now that I'm here, it's got a lot more than I would have thought. So I've been pleasantly surprised. And I've been here a week and 2 days, and I have like another week and a half left ish. And I've been highly productive, have shot a lot of content for my business. I've conducted multiple podcast interviews. I've conducted the live virtual coffee chats. So I've started to make new connections, potentially to, for enriching myself personally and helping business wise as well. So there's been a lot of good things. I've gotten a lot of client work done. Still managed to get together with friends this weekend, which is great. I've been out a couple of times, gone to the movies a couple of times, enjoyed a bunch of different restaurants, really have enjoyed their farmers market. So it's turned out to be just a wonderful experience. Now, luckily, I really enjoy being on my own. I don't mind being alone. I don't mind getting connection virtually, on the phone, via text, online, whatever, whatever it takes. And I really enjoy my alone time and spending it as I wish. If you don't enjoy that, I don't think that this lifestyle would be all that great for you unless you had somebody with you that was doing it with you. So that is like a moment in time now. So looking ahead on what I'm doing, like I have a list of goals that I wanted to accomplish during my hibernation retreat. It's a pretty long list. I don't think I'm going to get to all of it. It was pretty ambitious, but I am going to knock a lot of it out. And then I go pick up mom and dad. I'm going to go to Myrtle Beach, and I'm going to stay in Myrtle Beach for a while. I'm not sure exactly how long yet. A month, maybe a little bit longer. And beyond that, I have a couple possibilities of where I want to go. I may actually spend some time while my parents are in Myrtle Beach. I may spend some time at their home in Syracuse, again, to have some of that independent time. And beyond that, no plans, no idea. Lots of places. I want to go to California. I want to go to Delaware. I want to go to Portugal. Portugal's my only international dream spot this year. Although who knows, I may end up pivoting and doing something completely different. So I plan it as I go. And I don't know, I really enjoy it. And today I'm going to really enjoy this bathroom day. Just relaxing. Oh, this is my gift. One of my gifts from my mom is one of the pictures from her 80th birthday gathering. And she got this for us for Christmas this year. Pretty cute. And the reason why I'm doing these videos is to get in the habit of doing videos on a regular basis. It was a challenge put forth by my coach in the Life Leap. And so many of us are doing this. And my goal is to find out what resonates with you. I'm seeking my community. I'm seeking the women that I feel called to serve. And by talking and sharing my message, I'm refining my message. I'm refining my work. I'm refining what it is I want to do and how I want to help and how I want to serve. And a lot of that comes from feedback from you, things that we talk about online, messages that we exchange. So it gives me ideas for future podcast episodes for my podcast. It gives me ideas for how to build a community. I have this, it's being born in my brain right now of this community of Gen X women that I really want to bring together. I want to bring together virtually, but then I want to create a lot of in real life experiences. And I want to be able to take my nomadic lifestyle and give women in my age bracket and young, like when I say age bracket, like 10 years younger to 10 years older, um, giving them the opportunity to get exposed to a little bit of this life in a way that works for them. So the bit of this life that's about freedom and flexibility and new adventures and connection and just exploration. Did I already say exploration? Like curiosity, learning, all of those things. So I have some ideas percolating in my brain on what that could look like and how we could connect more in real life, what those opportunities would look like. So I'm getting myself in the habit of talking on topics every single day. I want to see what gets your attention. I want to see what topics are important to you and figure out, what's the best way to bring us all together and how to make that work. So if you have any thoughts on that, please leave me a comment and don't forget to like and subscribe. Tell other people about this. You can share the link to this channel or to this video on social media. I'd love to see you on Threads. I'm amypalmer.today on Threads and Instagram. We have a pretty cool community going on over there. And this is your Gen X Big Sister signing off.